Right, the second part. The reason why I called this the biggest political backfire in political history is because not only did it shock and terrorise the public with 9/11, but when the anger and the confusion and the desire for revenge started to calm down and fade out, what came out was that it had also awoken the public's perception of what was actually happening. That is why in the last 7 years there has been so many people have been questioning things, have been spotting what took place on 9/11 and actually seeing the evidence for themselves that the impossible was trying to be turned into the possible and fed to them as if it was the truth and it was the only truth. Anybody who questioned it was ridiculed or put down. President Bush's speech, where he said, "Let us not tolerate any people who would come up with crazy conspiracy theories." That's an unusual statement for a president, especially since the world of politics is designed and built around conspiracy within politics. Politicians are always conspiring with each other against each other so that they can get each other into the best positions of power or get somebody else out of a position of power. It's well known, documented fact, and it's a way of life in the world of politics to conspire with themselves against themselves. So his statement on not tolerating conspiracy theories doesn't wash. And people are now coming out in such large numbers that it's like a fast moving train that's not going to stop. The only way that it would possibly be stopped is by the authorities trying to clamp down on everything, which is what they're starting to do, especially with trying to limit the information highways for people to make contact with each other and to spread information and to get to the truth and get the truth out. At the moment they're still blocking the truth from mainstream televisions. Nobody's getting to see anything on mainstream television programs because they're not being made, because either the TV companies are afraid to make the programs, or they're afraid to air the programs in case of funding is withdrawn or in case there's sanctions put on them, because they're talking against the government. This is what people could do, and remember that the pen is still mightier than the sword. Instead of just typing and sending emails to companies and requesting programs to be made, documented and exposed onto the airwaves to the general public, and more of them, to get the truth out there in mainstream, write them letters, put it on paper, overwhelm them with paper and requests. Don't forget they're spending your money to make programs for you to watch, and at the moment you're not getting a fair deal as far as mainstream television is concerned. You're getting repeats of programs, you're getting entertainment, fair enough, which people need to escape from daily life sometimes, to relieve the pressures, understandable. But now we need the truth. We need it putting on mainstream TV, because a lot of these professional people who want to come on mainstream TV, they're not being allowed. The only access they have is on the internet and on the different websites, which people are eventually going to be denied access to as more and more laws are brought out to try and restrict what you can watch and what you cannot watch, what you can put on the internet and what you can't. So like I said, write, put it on paper. Even if you type it on the computer, print it out, put it on paper and send it to them. They have to comply eventually, because don't forget, it's your money. You need to see the truth, and don't be afraid to ask the questions. I'm rattling on again, I know, but it's just that much overwhelming information, and a lot of it needs to be said and needs to be seen. If you seem to come to the same conclusions, please let me know. If you don't, if you think I'm way off track, I'm welcome to listen to any of your criticism and point of view. Please respond. But for now, I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.